scenario 1. That scenario was you started managing a team 6 months ago. You have 4 direct reports. One of them is performing well, but has not talked to you about career development. What steps should you take?
So team 4 talked about that.
Okay.
And we didn't think it was odd that like 6 months ago, you took this team on, this person's performing well, that you hadn't had a career conversation. Some people naturally bring it up because they're very focused on their career plan. They have a career plan everywhere they go. Other people need to have kind of structure to build a career plan. So we appreciated the structure that GitLab has put around this conversation, and just have the conversation. Now's the time to have the conversation. We also talked about ICs needing to be proactive in terms of voicing either what they want or the questions that they have, and look to the manager to help answer those questions, and potentially provide stretch projects. But then you have to balance that with like, what are you giving this IC too much? And the other thing that we talked about, I'm just looking at our notes, was, do you squeeze this conversation in or make it part of all of the one-on-ones, or do you have it kind of part of a once a quarter conversation or whatever that may be? So I don't really think it's great practice to try to squeeze it in at the end. So I've preferred and tended to have specific meetings set up where you have these discussions.
We only talked about it briefly, agreeing with Leslie that it's not unusual that it's been 6 months, but I think a quick remedy would be to just kind of bring it up as part of the one-on-one to say, hey, it's been 6 months. Would you like to, I would love to talk to you about your career. Where are you with your planning? Do you want to touch on it here in our one-on-one, or do you want to dedicate like our next one-on-one to a career conversation, trying to feel them out with like how much guidance do they want to have? Do they already have this whole plan that they're eager to share with you, or do they need some coaching to kind of figure out what those next steps might look like for them? But really leaning into that manager of one value. And it's like, hey, like, I'm here to support you, advocate for you. What are you looking for? And then similar to what group 4 had said, looking for kind of pet projects, looking for some stretch goals that they can do now, and then always make sure that we're socializing that education credits that they have available to them, that you can go out if you want to go out and get a certificate or something like that. Awesome, let's do that.